Hey guys, welcome back to the Weekend Tim View. The first thing I wanted to introduce while you're all still here is a brand new community channel called the Thought Space. Yeah, you know, like Tim Thoughts, right? But like, not just my thoughts, because it could be all of yours. And so this is my new Discord server. In case you don't know what Discord is, it's just a pretty basic chat app where you can go on there and there's regular, chat rooms, and inside of servers there can be different channels for different topics about specific things, and there can be different voice channels, and it's a way to sort of jump into games and talk to other people, but it totally doesn't have to be about games at all. It could be about talking about literally anything. Recently, I've been talking to one of my new subscribers. He reached out to me on Instagram. Craig, how you doing? And, I've been talking to a few of you guys in the comments, especially Sam, happy to hear from you every week. And I just thought, as a part of my, initiative to increase the community presence on this channel and, grow the community and get to know you guys and you guys get to know me better, I thought that the next logical step in this process could be to create the Thought Space, the new Discord channel where we can all talk and hang out, and I'll try and be there as much as I can. My wife is a nurse, so she works like days on and days off. And the days that she is on, I'm usually on also, either researching or writing or editing or whatever it is, creating stuff for YouTube. And during that time, I'll probably also just be hanging out around the Discord, free to chat, whether it be on keyboard or in voice. So, give it a look. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to join the Thought Space, and we can all hang out and chat about, whatever stuff, like whether it's about videos on this channel or about movies or games or books or, whatever stuff that I would normally be interested in and talk about on the channel, we can talk about in the Discord server. It's been really great getting to know a few of my subscribers recently, and I thought, why not just open up this new avenue where we can all talk a little bit more openly and a little bit more freely about whatever stuff, is on our minds. It could be a good resource for me to kind of spitball ideas about videos or just things I've been into or talking about or learning about recently. Yeah, I think this could just be a really great next step in building the Tim Thoughts community, because it's not just about my thoughts. I'd love to know your thoughts. So join the Thought Space, and you don't even have to chat. You can just come by and observe, hang out and just see what's going on. Just get a little sneak peek behind the scenes, get to know me a little bit better outside of just what I post in my videos. So yeah, that is the little introduction and plug for the Thought Space. Again, the link will be in the description below, so check that out if you're at all interested. Come on by, no obligation, no commitments. Come in, leave, come back, whatever makes sense to you, whatever feels comfortable. You know a little bit about me, so why not come and share your opinions and ideas and, whatever the goings on in your life are. So yeah, check it out. New Discord channel, pretty cool stuff. So for this week, things are going to be a little bit different. I recently published my Elden Ring video, and maybe this could be sort of a new format going forward. When I publish one of my larger, effort video essays, I can kind of close the loop with almost like a mini retrospective about what just happened and what I learned from it and stuff like that. We'll see, but hopefully you saw it. If you didn't, give it a look. I think it's really great, even if you're not interested in playing the game. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of a taste of what it's like, why it, resonated so much with me and other people around the world. With that being said, all I wanted to do was sort of just recap the work that went into the video and what I learned from doing it and the stuff that I sort of wasn't able to include in it. So first of all, just looking at this video compared to a lot of my earlier work, I think, especially if you juxtapose them side by side, you can clearly see the ramp up in the production value and the quality of the video. I must have watched my intro like probably 200 times or more, just watching it, editing it, fixing it, and like every time I would rewatch my entire video, you know, I would start from the intro and go to where I ended up and what I needed to do next. And so that intro, you know, was just piece by piece, building it up, fixing it, building it, fixing it, adding little, you know, blur elements, adding camera movements, adding nice transitions in, so the whole thing, you know, just flowed really seamlessly. Beyond that, you know, was just getting the whole logo, the Tim Thoughts logo fixed up, replicating the original Elden Ring logo, changing the continue text to be subscribe, and getting the animations just perfect. It's so much work, honestly, but like, I guess why I do it is because of the end product. Like, every time I watch that intro, I just feel like, wow, you know, like, this was the vision in my mind, and I was able to put that down on video. And I have learned to just be a little bit gentler on myself as I'm creating it. You know, sometimes there will be lapses, I guess you could say, or, you know, downtime as I'm working, but I've come to understand that that's just part of the process. Highly productive work creates downtime, and that's just the way it is. So I've learned to just be a little bit kinder to myself and to allow that downtime to happen and just allow it to be a part of the process. And, you know, especially during the writing cycle and the really, really heavy editing cycle, sometimes I just need to take a break and just step away from it so that I can come back with, you know, a fresher perspective, a fresh set of eyes, and all of that. Overall, I think the end product really is better for it. Like, I think that there were a lot of edits that I made that were a result of me coming back to it after taking a break, you know, after getting away from it, because at some point you just get like so close to it that you can't see it for what it is. It becomes so like ingrained in your mind that any, you know, mistakes or pitfalls that are there, you become blind to them. So yeah, an important lesson to carry forward, and hopefully you can also carry that forward in whatever work, you know, you pursue or creative passions you pursue. Sometimes there is just downtime, and that's not a bad thing. That's not something to feel guilty about. That's just a part of the process. You can't always be up. You know, if you're always up, like you think a computer that's always at 100% CPU, you're gonna have a problem. That thing's gonna be overheating, it's gonna shut down, it's gonna throw errors. You gotta have that downtime to recover, you know, and that's all a part of the process. That's definitely something that I really was able to better take to heart during this production. Though, you know, that's not to say that it wasn't at times, you know, like soul-crushingly, like just cracking that whip. But, you know, I'm working on that. Still a work in progress, just like everything else. And the other thing was just, you know, the stuff I wanted to mention about Elden Ring that I didn't really get to in the videos. I had stuff that had to be cut out because I just wasn't able to get there. Mostly just like the funny, wacky stuff. The messages in multiplayer can be just so stupid, but like funny and also very helpful. Like they'll tell you there's enemies coming up on the right or left, or to look for hidden walls, but sometimes they're really stupid. Like, you know, there are just these canned phrases that you can choose from, but people will, you know, maneuver them into their very own specific phrases, you know, to make jokes about juvenile grade school kind of humor. But sometimes it's just nice to take a break from the just soul-crushing defeat of it all to see somebody's dumb joke about like butts and holes and stuff like that. And then the other thing was, you know, I mentioned how it grants you this total freedom in creating your character and all that, and it really does to this extent that like the online scene, especially PvP, you know, player versus player, is just thriving and abundant with like all these crazy wacky combinations of armor and skill sets and magics that totally just catch people off guard, like the super tank shield guy that just seems invincible, the crazy one-shot spells, the reversing spells back at people. That's the other part of the game that I just wasn't able to really fully capture, or really I didn't really talk about much at all in my video. The game is just amazing in so many ways and has this really vibrant, creative community that's like really propping it up and brings so much to the table. And then there are all these YouTube channels that dive deeply into the lore, explaining, you know, everything about how deep the history of the characters and the gods and all of that stuff is. The game is really phenomenal. I mean, I think that's probably obvious that I liked it based on my video, but really, if you're interested at all, give it a look because it's a really cool game. yeah, it's difficult, but totally manageable, especially if you are willing to put a little time in looking up some guides, asking some friends for help if they've played it, doing some co-op, multiplayer. That kind of stuff really opens up the game and offers a lot of options to make it a little bit more manageable, a little bit easier. Pretty much every dungeon and boss in the game is accessible via multiplayer, so you can summon friends or total strangers to help you out in fighting and defeating, whatever you're having trouble with. But yeah, wow, this video is already way longer than I expected, so I think I'm just gonna end it around here. Check out the Discord, the thought space, come on and join in and just hang out, let's talk about whatever casual stuff. The other thing I just quickly wanted to mention was I just got the Steam Deck. It arrived a few days ago. Basically, that's all I've been doing, is just tinkering with it, experimenting with it, testing out different games and so on, and I'll have a sort of full in-depth Tim Thoughts review analysis of that coming up, so be on the lookout for that if you're interested at all, because it's an amazing device and blew away my expectations. So yeah, with that being said, check out the Discord, link in description, and look forward to some videos coming up. The next week in TimView will probably be a little bit more normal, I guess. Maybe this will be the format going forward for when I publish, longer video essays, or maybe it won't be. I don't know. Again, Week in TimView, my life, Tim's life, always changing, always expanding, always evolving. Thank you so much for sticking by me and for watching this video, even though you just never really know what you're gonna get when you click that, thumbnail. That's seems to be always different. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Drop by the Discord, see what's going on. Let's chat a bit, or, just see what I'm talking about. If you didn't get enough of me in my videos. I don't know, you probably already did. But anyway, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.